Hi guys. So, going to come to you today to talk about what to do if squatting hurts your knees. And I don't necessarily mean if you feel pain while you're squatting, but more so if you're feeling pain outside the gym, walking downstairs, getting in and out of chairs, anything along those lines. I didn't necessarily mean to rhyme right there, and I have a little bit of background with this because somewhere around the age of 20. Um, Years of jumping from basketball playing and squatting incorrectly had caught up to me, and walking downstairs was something that I just couldn't do anymore, especially without pain. Backtracked, reverse engineered it, figured out what I was doing wrong, and ultimately I was letting weight shift into my toes too much when I squatted, and my hamstrings were weak. So, started addressing those issues. Now, no knee pain whatsoever, and now we kind of address that whenever we have somebody new comes in. We don't do a lot of barbell squatting in general within the gym, partially because, well, for different reasons, and if anybody ever wants to find out more in depth on that, all you gotta do is reach out to me and I'll tell you anything I can. But we do a lot of squatting with our kettlebells, with our sandbags, things along those lines. But whenever I have somebody new coming in the gym, we start off with box squatting. And right now I have a bench behind me. This is an 18-inch bench, so for me it's going to send me just a little bit above parallel, I believe. Feet will be about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider, and you focus on really sitting back, pushing those hips back. Knees should be tracking over your ankle at the bottom instead of shooting out over your toes, and then coming up. And if they're sitting back like they should, you notice a lot more hamstring involvement than normally with squatting. And most people, when they start off with this, they'll get almost down, and it's like a collapse. And it's those hamstrings aren't strong enough to control them yet. And that's a big telltale sign that you've got some issues to work on. So we start off with box squatting, and if we're able, we'll drop the height down lower and lower. Same movement. Hips are going back, controlling it all the way down to the box, and then coming back up. And the lower it gets, you'll start to see people with that collapse, and they need to really focus on controlling it, letting those hamstrings do their job. When we have somebody that is now comfortable with box squatting, they can even air squat, keeping their weight back in their heels. We can start adding in external load, external weight, and we do that more so than not with sandbags. Most of the time, and I mean like 90% of the time, sandbag squatting with us is gut squats. Bag is held right there, as it says, in the gut. Since that weight is front loaded like that, it's very, very easy to focus on shifting your weight back to your hips and your heels. We also, since that bag is in front of you, it's easy to remember to keep those knees out, so it keeps them out of the way. Weights in the heels. The other nice benefit, if you ever get stuck, drop that bag. Much, much safer than having to bail on the bar. Tremendous for building up low back, hip, and hamstring strength as well. So anyway, if you find yourself dealing with knee pain more, and you are an individual that really enjoys your gym time, you might need to look at how you're squatting and see if there's some issue there to address. But Coach Clint, Pennis Gym, thank you for tuning in.